Welcome to Cooking with Purpose. Fill your body and feed your soul. Let's get cooking with purpose to lower A1C, shed unwanted weight, maximize mental sharpness and clarity, boost self-expression, boost immune system, build confidence, maintain emotional balance, relieve pain, relieve headaches, cleanse your digestion, and much more. Welcome to Cooking with Purpose, where we fill our bodies and feed our souls. If you are feeling tired, overwhelmed, stressed, or struggling with weight loss, anxiety, or energy crashes, it's time to take back control, starting in the kitchen. Today, we are cooking an easy and delicious, nutrient-packed dinner to help boost your metabolism, balance hormones, and fuel your body for success. Whether you are a busy mom, battling cravings, or just looking to feel amazing again, this is for you. Drop a firebomb in the comments if you are ready to cook with me. Let's get cooking, good looking. So what's for dinner? Hello? Can you hear me now? Mercury retrograde. Welcome. We are in the middle of Mercury retrograde, and I'm just grateful that our travels to Florida weren't bad. They went really, it was pretty smooth. Except for we got there on Friday at the hotel room, right at 4. It was the embassy suites, but they're going to renovation, so like the internet, I had to go down and get the password and all that stuff. But other than that, everything went great. How was your weekend? Do you feel the effects of Mercury being in retrograde? Let me know in the comments. So Mercury retrograde will affect communication, travel, so anything that has to do with communicating, like travel, um, internet, phone, technology, decision making, like sometimes you get like so it's a lot of communication. You'll misinterpret certain communications. So this is a good time to not to travel. It's a good time for reflection, for revisiting old projects, for resolving, reduce, reuse, recycle. Just kidding. It's the not the R's, but yeah, the R's. It's reflecting, redoing, evaluating, um, unfinished businesses, or like really, if you have contracts to sign, it's making sure that you're reading the fine print. It's a good time not to make big purchases because there's things that you have to revisit during this time or redo, or because there's a break in the communication or in technology, and so that's like a whole other story I'll talk about later. Because today is Mindset Monday, girlfriend. Mindset Monday. How do we break free from all those old belief systems that no longer serve us? And for dinner's going to be pretty easy. My husband asked for a light dinner. He asked for a chicken salad. So I got my chicken breast. And that's going to be easy. I'm just going to season them right now. And he's working overtime. So when he gets here, I'm just going to put him in the frying pan with some olive oil and the salad. So this is the chicken that I got. This is the spinach and spring mix. So I'm gonna pull out some spinach for another meal that I'm going to make later on in the week, and get out the lettuce and the kale and all that, and make a salad with the chicken and call it a night. So it's very, very simple. It's not about cooking all fancy and being all big. It's about having a budget, having a budget. How many of you, let me know in the comments, how many of you budget for your groceries? Do you do it like on a weekly basis? Do you ever do it every 2 weeks? Do you do it day by day? How do you run that? How do you run your home cooking area in your life? Super hot. Cheers. I'm drinking some pure chamomile. As always, it's extremely hot. So in this session, I want to talk about breaking free from old beliefs that no longer serve us, and diving into how home cooking is more than just saving money. It's about stepping into the mindset of abundance, worthiness, healing generational patterns of survival. So especially for me, it was like, hurry, hurry, hurry. We don't have time. We don't have luxury. We don't have time to sit down and eat. It's always like eating on the go, going to fast food restaurants, or just not eating at all, and maintaining with little I used to maintain with little mini sized candy bars, thinking that I just needed something to fuel my body. It wasn't until I was about 27, I would say, maybe my mid 30s. Because in your 30s, when all of a sudden, like, you have the spiritual enlightenment, right? Yeah, in my 30s, my son was what? He was like 12 or something. Feels like such a long time ago. My son was diagnosed with ADHD, and so that's when my whole shift into mental health and wellness really, that's when it really started. I had struggled with anxiety, depression, insomnia since a teenager. Mental health, ADHD, anxiety, depression. So once my son lost his medicine for ADHD, that's when I really began to ask questions. I had a nail salon with doctors, pharmacists, lawyers, pharmaceuticals. I mean, I had clients of all walks of life. And so I began to ask lots of questions, and they began to guide me and help me and teach me. And, I already had years of relationship with them. And so, long story short, that's where I learned that by eliminating the sugar behavior issue that I had with my 12-year-old son, and like he was prescribed, first he was prescribed Adderall, which it was like a miracle. He's like such an angel, but at the same time, I would see this dark glare in his eyes. He was too quiet, too serious. And then at night he would crash, and he would go into like a depression. And so once I started asking my clients who are doctors and pharmacists and all this about the medicine, thinking, oh, they're gonna hand me some money over, or not money, but some medicine under the table. It didn't work like that. But as they started teaching me about it, I was like, oh my God, this is like legal math or laboratory math. This is a lab. What is my son gonna do when he's in college or out and living on his own and doesn't have the insurance? Is he gonna go self-medicate? So I started asking more and more questions, went down the rabbit hole, and here I am today, learning and teaching about the power of food, and how the dinner table is where we begin to reclaim the power over our health, our budget, our emotional and mental stability, all like that. So that's when I came back into the kitchen instead of um, living on survival mode and just running and jumping up when the alarm clocks to the very last minute and hit snooze button, and then jump out and rush out the house and shove him to school and expect the school to feed him. That's when I reclaimed my power and said, no, I'm going to wake up earlier. I'm going to get up, make a breakfast. It wasn't about quantity, it was about quality. Now, as before, I wasn't going out to eat, or before getting up last minute, running to work, pushing my son off to school, and having all of these health issues, behavior issues, mental health issues, anxiety, depression, ADHD, emotional issues, and insomnia, I couldn't sleep issues, physical issues, always overweight, and then feeling depressed and body shamed and all of that. So once I went from that, I started within 1 week, within 3 days, I noticed a difference. Especially, I was able to notice it within my son. Within 3 days of eliminating sugar, was night and day. It was as if I had given him the Adderall medication, but without the Adderall side effects and without having to pay all that. It was like a miracle night and day. And so, yeah, so long story short, that was that part. That's a quick version. But then that's what brought me back into the kitchen and thinking about, well, what are we eating? What's in this? What's in the ingredients? Reading labels, unsolving the riddle for the nutrition labels, because there is a disconnect between the food industry and the marketing of the food industry and the health industry, and then ourselves. And both of them are industries that are for profit, and then we have ourselves that where with like new day slavery is like we're just working to pay the bills. And so we want to break free from that survival mode, take back our power and over our health, our budget, our emotion and mental stability. So we do that by getting back into the kitchen. So in the past, I used to get food stamps and I'd go load up for like 2 weeks. You know, for that food to last 2 weeks or more, that means it's all processed foods. So that was one cycle that I had to break free from, was going grocery shopping every 2 weeks or once a month. I had to learn to wake up earlier, wake up so that I can have time to make breakfast, an egg, and then the egg just seemed kind of boring by itself. So, put myself some, refried beans, and you want some bacon, you want a tortilla. And so we're eating actual full plates of full meals versus running to work and having a little mini sized candy bar or donut and coffee, or sending my son to school and them having Fruit Loops and or cereal for breakfast, or pancakes with syrup. That those foods that we were eating with was bringing us down, bringing down our vibration emotionally, mentally, our clarity, our mental health, our fogginess, and and so when I started going back into the kitchen, started getting back into the kitchen and actually cooking, starting to wake up more earlier, breaking the old cycles that were no longer serving me, and getting into the kitchen and cooking full quality meals. All of a sudden, we had like pep in our step. I remember giving like one of the first times I gave my son instructions. Usually with ADD, I'd give him an instruction, and 1 second later, he like forgot, right? And within 3 days of him being on a sugar detox, I put him on a sugar detox. And within 3 days of him being on sugar detox, in the morning, I said, like, when you come home from school, I want you to do X, Y, and Z. And and sure enough, he came home from school that day and he's like, Mom, I did X, Y, and Z. And I said, what? And I don't understand, Colonel. He's like, Mom, you told me to in the morning. And I was like, wow, that was like a huge, huge shift night and day on how taking control of what we are consuming, and taking the time to sit and make him a heart nutrition packed breakfast versus giving him the cereals and or letting the school take care of it. It was like fuel to a fire. It gave me more purpose into making whole food meals for him and getting on a budget. So now I have to work more or figure out, instead of the mindset of, oh, I can't afford that. I can't afford that, is how can I afford that? Oh, I gotta do another nail set. Let me do a manicure, because at the time I had my own nail salon. Oh, I only have 8 hours in a day and I already have 8 clients. Well, how I can't, instead of saying, oh, I can't make more money. How can I make more money? Oh, I can add essential oils as an add-on to these 8 people that I already have, times 8 for another $5 each, and have extra money to go to the grocery store and buy these meals. And so now it's creating a budget, creating a meal plan, and instead of being mindful and aware by looking at labels and seeing how much is the sugar content. So at first it just started with just sugar, detoxing for sugar. So this is what I recommend for the first 21 days. Do a sugar detox. Try to consume no more than 30 grams of added sugar a day. Again, there is a disconnect between the food industry and the health industry. So when you go look at the nutrition, the front box, the marketing of the box is gonna say all these healthy pitch phrases and words that make you think gluten free and pro vitamins and all of this. Look at the cereal boxes. The cereal boxes, Fruit Loops, Tricks for Kids, Right, and all of them will say, "Oh, vitamins this and vitamins that," and make it look like it's a healthy meal or a meal plan. I want you to look at the ingredients, look at the nutritional value, and look how many cups, how many servings per you got to do the riddle. Sometimes it gets confusing. So do the riddle, because you're not just eating a cup. We're eating like 2 or 3 or 4 cup portions times the amount of sugar that it says, and see how much sugar you're really consuming a day. And we want to make that added sugar to be no more than, we as women, like there's a lot of different American guidelines, and they used to be very clear on the websites. And now, with as years have gone, because I've been studying this for over 10 years, different politicians in command, they have eliminated some of the information that was out there to the public. And so read the labels, solve the riddle. There are United States, U.S., American agencies and websites, associations, the American Cancer Society, there's American guidelines, there's the American Heart Association, the World Health Organization. There's like so many health industries that they have guidelines. And so they suggest for women, it's around about 24 to, so I just rounded up to 30 grams of added sugar for women. For men, it's a little bit more. But if you think about just for women, us women, if it's say it's rounded up to 30 grams of added sugar, to have a healthy heart, or avoid cancer or diabetes, type 2 diabetes, and other diseases, they suggest that we should not consume no more than 30 grams of, I'm just rounding it up, of added sugar per day for women. And for men, it's about 36 grams. So I would round up to about 40. But if those are the numbers for women, 30 grams of added sugar, how much is it for our children? Okay. So imagine like our bodies have 30 dump trucks of insulin to dump out the sugar. And if I eat and I consume more than 30 grams, I don't have enough dump trucks to take out the trash. So a can of soda has about like 56 grams. It's juice, even milk. My mind was about bread. I would never thought bread has sugar. Wonder Bread has sugar in it. And so start looking, create your budget plan, create a meal plan. Okay, I'm going to spend $100 a week. How much do you spend? I'm so tone deaf nowadays because I have changed my money mindset from a poor mindset to an abundance mindset, and money flows to me easily. And so I'm here to share what the power of manifesting a money abundance through what we consume, because we become mindful. Once we become mindful of what we're consuming, we become mindful of other areas of our lives and how we ourselves, through our emotions, through past traumas, we have blocked ourselves from being able to receive the abundance. And so I encourage you to do a reflection on your money mindset. And if you have not already, create a budget, create a meal plan, make it a weekly meal plan, because your meal plan should consist of whole foods and real foods, not packaged foods. Just, chicken and everything comes in plastic, and even, spinach comes in plastic. But just start checking your nutrition labels and start saying, okay, what has sugar, what has added sugar, what doesn't, and try to go 21 days without consuming no more than 30 grams of added sugar a day. Okay. So, and that for mental and emotional health, you'll night and day. If you have any emotional or mental health issues, even like autoimmune issues, you're going to flourish, and you're going to see the difference. So your kitchen is your money manifestation zone, reflecting on how the act of meal planning and budgeting is directly connected to your mindset, because it it involves discipline, self-discipline. And so you start making these small little baby steps of self-discipline on yourself by your food. And then you slowly are able to then set boundaries with other people and relationships in your life, with like, career choices or options that you have. And you start living life with more clarity, more intention. You're no longer in survival mode, right? Through the fast foods to to just hurry up and get you. You're becoming more mindful. You're taking your power back, and all of that also eases anxiety, stress, and worry because I have a meal plan. I'm going to be fed first. Your body knows it's going to be fed, and so yeah. So create your budget plan. Make it for 1 week at a time because you want to use whole foods. That means it's going to be real foods and it will expire in a week or so if you don't consume it. So, and then two, we can, like, I'm cooking for two. I'm really excited. Not excited, but I'm kind of, I'll be wife duty from Thursday to Monday because my husband is leaving. He's going, Puerto Rico. So I will be off wife duty. So today, since it's gonna be a really easy meal with the chicken salad, tomorrow I'll probably just make like a bigger portion for dinner, and it saves some for the week so that I'm not having to cook every day. And so those are little tips that I will share with you later on in the season. So speaking of the season, it's March 24th. At the beginning of April, they start the new quarter. I'll start a new 90-day cycle. I invite you to join me on a 90-day detox. Let me show you all about it. Stay tuned. Are you ready to take the first steps to shedding weight, boosting your energy, and transforming your habits? It all starts here. Visit vitalityvalueswellness.com and look for the free habit tracker section. Enter your first name, your last name, along with your email address, and your tracker will be delivered straight to your inbox. Once you have received your email, simply download your tracker and save it to your files for easy access. Print it out or place it somewhere visible to track your progress daily, or do a screenshot and save it to your favorite picture so you can update it from your phone each day. You've got this. I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Download now and let's start your journey today. vitalityvalues.com. Yes, join me on the 90-day detox challenge. I'll start today. You can start now, but I'm going to start a new cycle April 1st and then revise my vision board. So at the beginning of the year, everybody had a New Year's resolutions. How is that New Year resolution coming along? Let me know in the comments. And so this is a time that I like to actually revise that vision board, and update any tasks that I feel that I need to do. And then I put myself on the detox challenge once again. I start with the 90-day, 21 days sugar detox. After the 21 days, I start eating for my type. Eat right for your type based on your blood type. Certain foods are better for you. Some things that you think that are healthy for you can actually be like poison to you. And it could be healthy things. Like peanuts and avocados can cause people indigestion. Some people. For me, I'm a chicken person. It's hard for me to digest meat. Oh my god! So this weekend we were on the road, and I did my alcohol detox during the week, and on the weekend, we had a couple beers, we had a steak, and I had a couple glasses of wine. Oof, that indigestion I had in the morning, or yeah, like at 3 in the morning, was killing me. I don't. There's some people I know, family members who travel and always have like Pepto Bismol, or I'm just mixing our drinks for today. So yeah, some people travel or carry Pepto Bismol or Tums or Rolaids or indigestions, Gas-X. Let me know in the comments if you dare share what's that one thing that you have in your purse that you will not leave home with. So yeah, I've never had to deal with none of that. And so when you go on these sugar detox and then you go back and you eat something or consume something that you really shouldn't be, you'll know it right away because your oh, you'll have indigestion. You'll just be burping and having gases, and your stomach hurts. Oh, it's so painful. Like even my skin was like crawling with pain. But yeah, I don't. It's like I have met so many people who have Crohn's disease. What is that? IBS. That irritable bowel syndrome and Crohn's, and there's all kinds of digestive issues that are autoimmune, inflammatory diseases, and it has to do with what we are consuming. And we can avoid that. Is it easy? No. Do you realize sometimes, like again, it goes back to your money mindset. Sometimes you feel like you can't afford something else. You're just running a life that you're not preparing, you're not planning meal planning your meals and whatnot. So we actually spend more money by being that way. So this will be our drinks for dinner. These are unsweetened, no sugar, iced tea. Stevia is a natural sugar. Stevia does not affect your blood glucose. I took two packets of stevia in this bad boy. Let's see if I can. Well, I thought I had the information here. Well, all the great benefits that stevia has. It's like it actually has health benefits. It's like an anti-inflammatory. It helps like your blood sugar, your heart. It helps so much. It has so many health benefits to it. It's not just bringing you down. It's actually putting good things into your body, good jujus. That's that for our Monday mindset power of your kitchen. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this chicken and throw in some seasonings and let it sit so that it can marinate and get some flavors. I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator to get it nice. There's a lot of people who are struggling right now with their finances, with jobs. They're worried and stressed about job security, and so you probably feel like I can't go. I'm just gonna get things as I go daily, and actually end up spending more money that way. So take some time, take an hour out of your time, to prepare, to plan, create that meal plan. If you need help, just direct message me. I already have meal plans provided for you. I've done all the work for you. I have the meal plans. We can figure out what's based on your blood type, and then any other issues that you may have. Because there can be somebody who they're both, let's say, they're both type A blood type, chicken's good. But one of them has um, high cholesterol, and the other one doesn't, you know? So then there's some things like maybe chicharrones, pork rinds are good for one, and they're both of the same blood type, but then one has another health issue, another layer. So like layers of an onion, we're all different. We're all different. We're all unique, and it's finding your personal unique needs for better health all over mind, body, spirit, emotionally, physically, and mentally. So yeah, today it's just a family of two, my husband and I. But I want to make four. These are thin chicken breasts. I'm gonna make these four chicken breasts, and then I'll have. Oh, I got chicken juice all over the floor. You don't have it. Good thing I got some Clorox wipes. So yeah, time is money, and for the busy moms, make bigger portions. So I make a bigger portion of chicken tonight for dinner. That way, I already have something for lunch. Or I chop it up and add it to my breakfast, my eggs, or you get creative with your food and make your leftovers into something different. Usually on my Monday, I'll cook like a batch of beans, and a batch of rice or quinoa. But this week I'm gonna do a straight strong, high protein diet. What flavor should we add on these chicken? How about salt, pepper? We used a lot of paprika last week. We'll use some ground turmeric just to give it some color. And kind of feeling like using the Italian seasoning. We're gonna add. Well, we got the chicken. Yep, and I'm just gonna let this sit until my husband is home. He's ready to eat. I'll put our meals together. I feel discombobulated. Discombobulated. It's all gravy, baby. Don't let the fears block you from trying new things, from living your true potential in life. If they all laugh at you, they all laugh at you. But what are they doing, you know? So mindset. Be mindful and aware of your thoughts. Where do they come from? Where do you want to go? Oh, here's the garlic. And remember, you're a source of light, of love, and God. We all have God within us. God has not abandoned us. God is within us. It's us keeping those bad, negative thoughts that has us chained up from living our true potential. So again, instead of saying, "Oh, I can't afford that," you're going to replace it with, "How can I afford it?" Create your budget plan, your meal plan, go grocery shopping once a week, and you'll notice if you keep a high protein, low carb diet, eat real food, I promise you within a week or less than a week, you will notice a shift in your energy. You'll have pep in your step. You have more by the end of the week. You'll just have like more clarity. It'll just feel like you can just think more clear and you keep going. That's by week three, you start shedding weight. You start to shed and shine, girlfriend. So I encourage you to join me on this 90-day detox challenge. Get into the kitchen and say, instead of saying, "I can't afford that, I don't have time for it," figure out how can I make this work? How can I make this work in my schedule where I sit and cook? You already know in order to live, you have to eat. And you want to get out of survival mode, then you need to take control by first your meal plan. It's your budget. So that's my chicken. Put some Italian seasoning, garlic powder, salt, pepper, a little bit of turmeric. Today I'm not using a recipe. I'm just using my heart. Put lots of love in it. And we'll wrap it, let it marinate until dinner has been called for, until the bell has rang. Ding-a-ling, ring, ding, dong. Ding-a-ling, ling, ling, dong. Keep your head ringing. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this session. Let me know in the comments if you're here. Let me know in the comments what was the first meal you learned to make. I'd like to know. Let me know in your comments. And that's all for today's show. I've shared a lot. Money mindset, your kitchen is your money manifestation. So get cooking, good looking. Love you, love you, love you. Send you lots of love. And I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's show will be at 5 p.m. I don't even know what we're going to talk about. Just like I didn't know what we were going to talk about today until last minute. So having trust and love and believing in yourself. Adios. See you tomorrow. It's dinner time. Join this 90-day detox challenge of eating high protein, low carb, low sugar, nutrient-packed meals. Look at what we got here. We have kale, spinach, salad. It's a cucumber and avocado chicken salad with a little bit of avocado ranch and water to wash it down. And I put pieces of feta cheese, blueberries, walnuts, feta cheese, cucumber, walnuts, blueberries, avocado.